ball. And we're just doing little tiny rotations with it just to warm up the muscles within our shoulder girdle. So we're going to take our ball, we're going to place it on the wall, like so. We're going to go 10 in each direction. So 10 clockwise, 10 counterclockwise. It doesn't matter which one you start with first, it's fine. But you're pressing your weight into the ball with a strong arm. So you'll actually see my hand is just a little bit below my shoulder. It's not above my shoulder, nor is it really too much in line so that we were elevating our shoulder. Trying to lower it down just a little bit so it stays in a nice relaxed position. Now from here, we're going to do 10 little circles one direction. And reverse. Yeah. And then we're going to switch. We'll do the same thing for the other side. It's like wax on, wax off, right? Good. And the other one. Good. Now, if you want to go a little bit further with the exercise and put more work into it, if you don't have any shoulder issues, you can always do a couple sets of that. So, get the ball out of here. Next, we're going to move into our rotator cuff exercises. Now, the rotator cuff refers to a group of 4 muscles that allow different rotation to happen within the shoulder. So, a lot of these exercises, we're doing internal and external rotation with our arms and our shoulder in different positions, just to work all the different muscles that we have that make up the rotator cuff. So it's the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis. Don't worry, there's not going to be a pop quiz. So we're going to start off with the resistance band here. You're going to gather the band all in one hand. Now, if you don't have a resistance band, I'm going to show you in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you a move that you can do using a really light dumbbell. You can even use like a can of soup or a can of vegetables. Again, you really want to use a very light weight. It might be kind of lightweight where you almost like scoff at it like, this is way too light for me. But believe me, especially with how many reps that we're going to be doing, your shoulder will get very tired after a while. So just make sure you use something light. And the first thing we're going to start off with is external rotation. We're going to keep our elbow in for this one. You're going to gather the band all up in one hand. The wrist is in a nice, strong, straight line. Make sure that at any point it doesn't ever turn out like so, nor does it ever turn in. You're going to keep everything all in line with the elbow and keep the elbow and the upper arm glued down to your side. Now what I want you to think of is thinking of like almost like trying to crack a nut with your shoulder blades. You're trying to bring that shoulder blade back and then back in again. And again, you're going to go to that point where you feel like you can't do another rep. Whenever you're using a resistance band, you want to make sure that there's always tension on the band at all times, and that when you bring the hand in, it doesn't go slack like this. You want to make sure that even when you bring your hand in, you're still feeling that pulling happening. Once you've done several of those, we're going to keep it in that hand. We're going to do an internal rotation. So in this case, I'm going to turn my back to you for a second, and then you're going to bring the arm across the body. So that way you're staying with one hand, so do several this way, bringing the arm across the body. So I'm going to show you, just for the sake of you being able to see this, I'm going to show you with my opposite hand, again gathering the band up, still keeping the upper arm glued into your side, and pulling it out. Now you'll notice that my elbow comes away from my body a little bit. Make sure that you don't have like a chicken wing and it sticks out a whole lot, but naturally your elbow will come away from your body as that arm rotates in, just with the nature of the rotation. So you'll do 10 of your internal rotations, and at that point, that's when you'll switch hands, and you'll do it for your inside hand. You'll go internal, and then you'll turn, and then do external as well, too. That way, the shoulder gets both directions. And we are going to do internal and external rotation with our shoulder abducted away from our body. So abduct, A-B-D-U-C-T-I-O-N, abduction, often referred to as abduction, is anytime we're lifting the arms, or even it could be referred to the legs as well too, but in this case we're always going to talk about the arms and the shoulders, away from the body. Adduction, A-D-D, as in just thinking like adding them back to your body again, is when the arms go by our sides. So that was an adducted position that we started in. Now we're going to go abducted. So same thing, internal and external rotation. In this case, I'm going to use dumbbells. So we're going to bring our arms and our elbows up. And again, I'm not letting my elbows come up like past my shoulders, because you're going to feel a lot of pressure like in your neck and in your shoulders if you let the elbows come up too high. So we're going to start a little bit lower, and then you're going to keep your arms in a 90-degree position, and then rotate up, and then down. Try not to let the elbows move at all. Sometimes people will kind of start to do this, especially as that fatigue sets in and they start to rock their body with it. Don't allow any other movement in your body with the exception of just rotation happening within the shoulder. Okay? So let's try 5 more here. And now let's do an internal rotation. So from here, you're going to go down and then back up. Down and back up. Now you might feel like you won't be able to go as far, because what will happen is as that, just like how when we kept our elbow by our side and our elbow came out when we did this, your arms are going to, your shoulders will start to round forward. So you just go where you can before you feel this happening. And back up again. Down, back up. So external and internal rotation in an abducted and adducted position of the shoulder. Getting fancy here. And next we're going to do some shoulder extension. So I'm going to take the bands once again. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can do this seated. And you can do this standing. If you do it seated with your band, you'll be sitting in the chair with both legs out in front of you, and the band is going to wrap around the bottom of the feet. So you're going to hold the handles in each hand. You're going to try and bring it back behind you. In this case, I'm going to do it standing. I'm going to gather my band up once again. Just want to make sure you don't have any extra slack on the band to begin with. And then from here, really strong core and back. Keeping my arms nice and strong and straight, and I'm just going to try and pull back. Now if you're using a lighter resistance, you'll be able to get a little bit further back behind you. Like so. And that's a shoulder extension. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to do some spiders. Spider is, I haven't really thought there's a better name than this, that's why I call them spiders. But you're literally just going to be walking your fingers up the wall, and we're going to, once again, we're going to abduct the shoulder away from our body. So you want to make sure that you're staying just far enough away from the wall so that your fingertips can touch, but not where your elbow is bending. So you want to keep your arm nice and straight, and just walk your fingers up your wall, and your arm is going to stay right in line with your shoulder for these first several sets. Go up either as high as you can until you can't touch any longer, and you'll hold it there. Relax that shoulder down. I had to fix myself. I was starting to creep up here. Keep that shoulder down. Now hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to bring it back down again. Repeat 2 more sets like that. Hold it for 5 to 10 seconds at the top. At the furthest reach that you can. And then once you've done 3 sets of those, you're going to bring the arm back behind you a little bit, opening up the chest. This is usually where people go, oh, now I really feel it, okay? So the ones this side are almost like a little bit of a warm-up. We're going to go just back behind you, and we're going to do the same thing. Walk up as far as you can, or, once again, until you feel pain. Sometimes at this point, this is where people start to feel pain in the shoulder. So you're going to just reach back, and just go up as far as you can. That means you go to here, and you're like, ouch, I feel pain there. And you go just before that point where you're feeling sort of pain in the shoulder. So go up as high as you can. We'll hold about 5 seconds, and then letting it out. And doing about 3 sets there. Or until you get fatigued and the delts get really, really tired there. Okay, so there's our spiders. Next one we're going to do is something called empty the can. So I have my 3-pound dumbbell weights here with me. And again, like I said, you're using anything that really light. You don't want to use anything too heavy for this one. Chest out, shoulders down and back, so you have a nice strong position to begin with. You're going to bring, you're going to bring the weight with the flat side of the dumbbell facing up towards the ceiling. You're going to bring it right in line with your shoulder. So as you're looking at my hand with the dumbbell is right in line with my shoulder, and you can't see my shoulder. Okay, so you're going to bring that up. You're going to empty the can. Bring it back up, and lower down again. You're making sure everything stays down and depressed in the shoulders, and our shoulders aren't shrugging up towards our ears, and back down. So now we're, once again, internally rotating, the shoulder extended, flexed, down, back up. We're going to do several on the side. Again, to fatigue, we're going to switch with the same thing the other side, into the can, open it up, back down again. You might find that there might be one side you can do more reps of than on the other. And that's all right. There's usually going to be one side, one shoulder, and especially the rotator cuff, that's going to be a little bit weaker than the other one. So just, again, just go wherever you can with each one of these, going to the fatigue point. But make sure you're also using a nice light weight. And that helps to repair the shoulder, helps to strengthen things up. Again, you want to make sure that you're really, really stretching at the end of all these. So a couple really good stretches. We have subscapular stretch where the arm's nice and straight. You're going to bring that across the body. You're going to hug just above the elbow. So you're hugging your upper arm, keeping that shoulder down. You can do this on top of a ball as well. So like if you're kneeling on the ground and you have, actually I can show you. If your stability ball, your elbow's gonna go down to the ball, and then you're gonna roll the ball away. Now for me, because I have very hypermobile shoulders, this is usually the version of the subscapular stretch I like to do, because I get a little bit deeper into it. Holding 30 seconds there, 3 seconds the other side. So you're just letting your elbow roll with the ball and trying to lay your shoulders down on top of it as well too. Another good one to do is if you have anything that you can hang from. In this case, I can use my resistance bands for this, just to give me a little extra help. Another great stretch to do. Push up nice and high, grab onto something. And then just letting the body hang and pull. All the stretches, you want to make sure that you hold them for 30 seconds. There you go. And allowing for that maximum benefit of the stretch. Hope this helps you out. Hope you have a wonderful day. Really take care of your shoulders. Be kind to your shoulders. They'll be kind back to you in return. And a good place to start is here with these exercises, okay? So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.